Chicken breast doesn't get much love as a barbecue dish because it's pretty lean and flavorless, but how can we make it taste good? That's what we're gonna talk about in this video, so let's get smoking. Welcome to the Smoke Lab. My name is Steve Gao, and on this show, I do crazy barbecue experiments you would never do at home, so you can learn from my trial and error. Chicken breast, it's pretty boring, so what can we do to make it taste better? I'm going to test 3 different methods in this video, the traditional method, and then I'm gonna do another method where I do a brine and an Alabama white sauce. And for the third chicken breast, I'm pretty much pulling out all the stops. I'm going to brine it, I'm going to dredge it with a little bit of potato flour and barbecue rub. I'm going to sear it to get a nice crispy exterior on it. I'm gonna smoke it, and then I'm gonna finish it with a little bit of shallot sauce mixed with barbecue sauce. So hopefully it's gonna be really good. For the first chicken breast, I'm keeping it really traditional. I'm just seasoning the chicken breast with my Let's Gao general purpose rub on both sides. This is a full bottle, so I gotta give it a little bit of a spank. We'll flip it over. Now we'll let this sit on the counter for 30 minutes and then we'll put it on the smoker. And 30 minutes later, it's going on the Tahoma in the middle at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I'm gonna light up my Oklahoma Joe's Tahoma auto feed charcoal smoker, and to do that, I just put in a couple of briquettes of charcoal like this. And then I'm gonna layer on some wood chunks, about this size is okay. And then some more charcoal. More wood chunks, and so on until it's full. Now we'll open up the ashtray. We'll put a couple of tumbleweed starters onto this little place right here, and we'll light it up using my Oklahoma Joe's charcoal lighter, because it's easy. We'll slide that in, lock it up, and now we're gonna set it to 250 on, and that's it. We'll let the Tahoma heat up, and then we'll get the chicken breasts on. It's been 2 hours, and I'm gonna give this breast a probe. It is just above 150, which is perfect. So I'm gonna take this off of the Tahoma, and I'm gonna take some barbecue sauce. This is some Heathrow's sweet barbecue sauce that I just heated up on the stove, and we're going to baste this traditional style chicken breast with the sweet sauce. And there you have it. For the second chicken breast, I'm doing a wet brine and an Alabama white sauce. Now, chicken breast to me is pretty lean. It doesn't have a lot of fat in it, and I think that's where it's lacking in flavor. So I think by adding a sauce with a lot more fat in it, such as an Alabama white sauce, which is mayonnaise based, which is basically made of vegetable oil and eggs, it's going to amp the flavor up a little bit, similar to how you would add butter to chicken to amp up that flavor. I prepared this brine ahead of time. It has 1/4 cup of salt, kosher salt, 1/4 cup of sugar, and it has a cup of carrots, a cup of celery, and 2 cups of onion. And for those of you that know anything about French cooking, that is basically a mirepoix ratio. I blended it up, and now I'm going to brine my chicken in it for 2 hours. And to do that, I really like this Vitamix blender, because what I can do, if I'm just cooking a little bit of chicken breast, all I do is I just plunk the chicken breast right in there. I'm also going to put this second chicken breast that I'm using for another recipe in this video, and we'll let that brine for 2 hours. 2 hours later, we're removing the chicken from the brine. Now I'm going to pat it down just to remove any excess moisture. And finally, I'm gonna rub it with some Let's Gao general purpose barbecue rub. And finally, it's going on the Tahoma, again at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll let that come up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit internal. Now it has been 2 hours, and I'm going to give this breast a probe here. It's around 160 at the very bottom, but around 155. Yeah, 155. So I let it go a little bit over 150, but that's okay. So we're gonna take it off. Now I'm going to baste it in some Alabama white sauce that I made, recipe in the description section below. We're gonna go quite thick and just paint it on. You can also, if you have a bunch to do, you can just dip it right in the Alabama white sauce. But I find that you need a lot of white sauce for that. And now we're gonna finish it with some chopped green onion. And there we go, look at that, absolutely beautiful. I'm excited to dig into this. Now for the final breast, I've got a bone-in, skin-on chicken breast that I've also been brining for the last 2 hours in the same brine that I brined the other one with. And for this one, I'm going to prepare a dredge of 1/3 of a cup of potato starch. This is the secret ingredient for Korean fried chicken. It's the reason why that type of fried chicken is so crunchy and crispy. It's a lot crispier when you fry it than regular flour. I'm going to add maybe a teaspoon of salt, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna give that a mix. And now with the chicken breast still wet from the brine, I'm not drying it off or patting it dry or anything like that. I'm going to dredge it in the potato starch. It doesn't need to be completely coated. It just gives it a little bit of extra crispiness. So as much as you can get on there, but don't be too worried about it if you don't get it all over the breast. All right, let's turn this burner on here and put a little bit of oil in there. Okay, the oil is heated up, so we're going to fry this guy. And I'm just going until it has a really light sear on it. It's kind of golden brown. And now I'm going to transfer it to a plate. And I'm just going to add a little bit of barbecue seasoning, some rub here. And finally, it goes on the Tahoma with the other breasts until it reaches 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Now to make the shallot sauce, I'm taking 2 tablespoons of ghee, which is basically clarified butter, which you can either make on your own or buy from the store. I just buy it from the store because it's super easy. That ghee goes in the pan, and now we're going to dice up some shallots. Actually, we're gonna mince it. We're going to make them quite small because we don't want huge, massive chunks in our sauce. So I'm just going to go as thin as possible here in little slices, leaving the very tip of the shallot intact. And then I just start slicing. Okay, there's 1 shallot done. We'll do another one here. And now I'm going to mince as finely as possible. Okay, that's good. Now this can go into the pot. All of this goes into the pot with our ghee. You can see it's really nice. It's bubbling and it's cooking like oil, which is why I really like ghee. It's basically butter with all of the milk solids removed and all of the water, so it's just the fat. And it's really good for cooking. It's really healthy for you. I really like cooking with it. We're also going to do 2 cloves of garlic that I've already chopped up. That goes in there, and we're just going to stir it and saute it for maybe a minute or 2 until the shallots start getting translucent, start getting that nice onion aroma coming off of the pot. Now our shallots are starting to brown, so I'm going to deglaze the pan with 1/2 cup water. And to that 1/2 cup water, I'm adding a tablespoon of Better Than Bouillon chicken stock, which I love. A teaspoon of finely ground lemongrass, and 1/2 cup of barbecue sauce. This is Heath Ryle's sweet barbecue sauce. Now we're going to let this heat up while we stir it and incorporate all the ingredients. Now it's been about 1.5 hours maybe. This one took a lot shorter because we had seared it before. And I even went a little bit above my target temperature. I was aiming for 150, but it's at 164. So you definitely don't have to cook it as long if you pre-sear it. So we're gonna take this guy off of the Tahoma. And I've got my shallot sauce. My spoon just dropped in, that's great. Now let's pile it on there. And some chopped green onion. Beautiful. Really like the look of that. That looks really delicious, and I am super excited to eat this. Guys, I have never been more excited to eat chicken breast in my entire life. Usually it's super boring for me, and that's why I don't cook it, but these smell and look so amazing that I'm really excited to dig into them. So let's look at the traditional chicken breast here. I've got a little bit of Alabama white sauce on it, but that's okay. This is the type of chicken breast that I might cook at like a barbecue competition. It's got very traditional barbecue flavors, barbecue rub, barbecue sauce, Heath Ryle's, not to mention, who is a huge name in barbecue competitions. So I'll give you guys a close-up. Just look at how juicy that is. And that is the beauty of taking chicken breast to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. It's so moist, so delicious. It's smokier than I thought it would be, actually. So there's some good smoke flavor coming from the Tahoma. And I think what helped is the low and slow cook at 250 over the course of 2 hours. Really good flavor from the Let's Go rub. And it's got a lot of flavor from the sauce, obviously. The sauce makes the meat, in my opinion. Really, really good, just terrific all around, but it doesn't really have that oomph. It kind of just tastes like every barbecue dish that I've eaten in the past. Kind of similar flavors, so I'm interested in trying the Alabama white sauce chicken breast because I've just been getting into white sauce and it is super delicious. I love how it's kind of fatty from the mayo. It's got some tang from the vinegar and also the mayo, and it's got the horseradish in it. I love horseradish. Let's cut into this. Okay, I'll show you a piece up front. That looks super good. I like that way better than the traditional chicken breast, to be honest. It's got the smoke flavor, it's got the flavor from the rub, but it also has that tang from the Alabama white sauce and that bite from the horseradish. It's just amazing. I think Alabama white sauce is kind of deceptive because you taste it and you're like, oh, that's way too overpowering when you just taste it on a spoon. But when it's just on a little thin slice of meat like that, it really complements the meat really well. It's not overpowering. And with those green onions on top, you get kind of like a sour cream. What do you call those chips? I think they're like sour cream and green onion, or just sour cream chips, I guess. I can't remember the word today. You get a little bit of that, or maybe onion dip flavor, and it's just really good. Okay, let's try the gourmet chicken breast. I'm really excited about this one. So just as a recap, we brined it, and then we seared it, and this is on the bone. I just remembered that, so I have to cut around the bone here. I'm just going to actually cut it right off the bone. The bone theoretically should provide a little bit more mass to the chicken breast, help it preserve a little bit more moisture. Oh man, it smells like fried chicken. It smells really good. Let's cut into this. It's still got the skin on, so I'll give you guys a look. There's the skin, juicy interior. It's got the shallot sauce. It's got the green onions as a garnish. It's got some barbecue sauce in it, also some Heath Rowells. It's got the Let's Go barbecue rub. Wow. Wow. Just wow. That blew me away. This is so freaking good. It's savory. You can taste the brine. It's got this flavor base of just savoriness from those onions and the carrots and the celery that we brined it with. It's salty. It's balanced with the shallots on top. You can really taste the lemongrass coming through, which adds another element that just kind of takes it over the top. It's crunchy too. You crunch into it because there's that breading. There's a flavor from the rub, and then there is the garnish of the green onions, and you're also getting the skin too, which is fatty in itself. The bone's kind of annoying though. If I could get skin on chicken breast without a bone, I'd probably do that because the bone is a little bit annoying to get off. And if I was feeding this to my kids or something, I'd be worried I left a bone in it. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't stop eating this. And that's how you know when a dish is the winner, when you literally can't stop eating it. This is, look at how juicy that is. Oh my God. I can taste everything we did to it. That is what's so amazing. The brine, the shallot sauce with the barbecue sauce mixed into it, the lemongrass that we added, the searing step with the potato starch makes it crispy, and it's kind of reminiscent of fried chicken a little bit, but it's just so good. And the skin adds a ton of flavor. Should I just eat this whole thing on camera? I think I might actually. Yeah, you guys gotta try this recipe. It's hands down the winner out of all the other recipes that I tried in this video. And it still tastes like barbecue. It's still got smoke flavor. It still has that barbecue sauce flavor in it because I added barbecue sauce. And it's just really, really good. It's got the barbecue rub on it. All right, so conclusions. Well, I think that Above and beyond the traditional chicken breast, any techniques that you saw in this video will add to your chicken breast experience. So if you brine it, that's gonna make your chicken breast better. If you sear it, if you add Alabama white sauce instead of a traditional barbecue sauce, if you go to the extent that I went to and pull out all the stops and make the shallot sauce with the lemongrass powder in it and sear it and bread it with potato starch, that is just above and beyond. With the skin on, skin so important on the chicken breast, it just adds so much more flavor. But if you do any of these things, even by themselves, you're gonna up your smoked chicken breast game, guaranteed. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any ideas for future Smoke Lab videos, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, happy smoking.